Wrestling Live podcast with the usual suspects. Your guy Nix, the boy J Tuck, Spoody's in the building. Mary Ella, she's on that call again with Japan. We're going to see. We're going to see if she can make it this time. Konnichiwa. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Man, hey, look. If you're early means you're on time, Brian. If you're early, that means you're on time. You're living life the right way, the right kind of way. With that being said, though, Victoria Tower in the building. What's going on, Victoria? Been a grip. Good to see you once again. Rainy in the building. Look, he back door. Look, he was on YouTube. He came back on Facebook. Either or. Nelson's in the building. Man, guys, it's hump day. I did some work. I know Jay Tuck, you dropped that video at work. I had to talk you off the ledge a little bit, I think. But you know what I mean? Man, but hey, Wednesday, how y'all feeling, man? Hump day, how y'all feeling, man? Let the people know.
Yeah, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling great, feeling good, man. Like you said, man, if you saw my video, it was kind of depressing, man. But I watched this Pitt's Pro Day and I watched Chase's Pro Day. We're gonna talk about it, y'all. We're gonna talk about it as a family, but
yeah, you already
all
know.
Good things must come to an end.
No. See, no. Because it was free deck. I said, no, it's paid deck, and now it's never mind. We out on piss. Whoa, hold on, Spoony, how was your hump day, brother?
So far so good. A lot of errands today and everything, but I'm here with you guys, talk about some Cowboy stuff. We're gonna express our thoughts about the pro day today with the Cowboy family.
Yeah, we had a lot of pro days. Yeah,
hopefully some mindsets may change after the show's over. So we're gonna see.
Some things might change. Well, we always, what we do here when we get with our Cowboys fam and we get to talking, we always have the idea, man, let's educate, maybe change a mind or two. That's kind of what we do. With that being said, though, guys, as we just alluded to, let's get after it. There were some pro days today, guys. Some pro days. A couple of schools had some pro days. Anybody? I think LSU had a pro day. I think.
You know what? Hold on. I think that I've been so distraught off of what I witnessed today. I missed one of my guys' pro days today.
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
We had somebody down there in Florida have a pro day today. Hey, well, we're gonna talk a little bit of that. We're gonna talk a little bit. We're gonna get here. Hey, Stuart, we're going. Hey, shut up. Sorry, my dog.
No, he's hyped too. The dog is hyped.
Yeah, he's hyped too.
The dog is
hyped as well. We're gonna talk some KJ Wright as well, man. Just keep getting them likes in here, get the thumbs up, get them subs up,
get those likes
get
up,
them
man.
shares, everything, man. We're gonna have a good time tonight, man. All right, J Tuck, what pro day you want to start with?
Well, I was gonna say this. I was so distraught by what I witnessed today, man. I didn't really pay deep attention to the LSU pro day. So I want to hear you guys talk about the LSU because I got the guy,
the guy,
but I had another guy who I didn't even pay any attention to.
Okay, yeah. Well, there was a particular guy we might wanted to see at linebacker, but
So let's go ahead and start with Florida, man. Let's go start with the main event. The main event, man.
The main event. Spoon, enlighten us on the main event over there. The Gators get your chomp on in the swamp. Yeah. What did we learn from University of Florida today, sir?
Well, what we learn is that a lot of Cowboy Nation fans here need to open up their eyes and really acknowledge what they saw. What you saw was a physical specimen. What you saw was a generational talent. What you saw was the very thing that Miss Marietta posted in November. Mr. BJ Nick started the train ride, and now we on the train going choo-choo on the train, and we trying to get everybody aboard this train to understand that we have a talented player, not just a talented player, but a generational talent, a guy that maybe, just maybe, if we get to him at number 10,
right,
really help take this offense into new heights to be able to compete with the very same teams in our schedule that won championships in our excuse me, in our favorite. That's my thing. Now, this is not Spoonie's minute, but this is Spoonie's testimony. Y'all need to wake up. Wake up and smell the coffee. You got to learn that when you have the best thing available, you don't sit here and be content because you got a position in need. If I see a 24 karat gold a plate, and I know I got paper plates at home, and even though I don't need the paper, even though I may not need the 24 karat plate, I'm gonna buy it. You know why? Because it looks so damn good. It's so fancy. It is what it is. The problem is you guys are content. You guys want to stay level playing. You guys want to say this filling a defensive position. What defensive player is going to take this defense over the hump? But I know an offensive player who would definitely take the offense over the hump, plus help the defense being better, because we all know this league is about offense. Does the Chiefs have top defense? No, they don't.
Right.
Offense makes their defense better.
I watched, for me, the funny thing for me, and everybody knows I've been on the train. I got a show coming up with Boss Cowboy on Friday. I'll be presenting my case to the jury for Pitts. He's going to present his case to the jury of why not Pitts. So Friday night, I think we're doing it at 8:30. It's going to be fun. Make sure you tune in to Boss Cowboys Sports on YouTube. Here's the thing, man. Here's the thing is I watched today the narrative of the anti-Pitts people. Once the pro day happened, all of a sudden those same people said, but he can't block. Wait, what about the blocking? I said, oh, wow. Look at this change. Don't worry. I got film. It started hitting film on people. I'm showing them film, and they're like, I don't like it. I'm like, what are you talking about? He said, look, I'm blocking the tight end. I'm blocking the end. I'm moving him out of the hole. They run right off my ass to score a touchdown. What do you not like? I'm like, okay, so it just, look, again, as I tell everybody, maybe you just don't want pitch. Just say that. Don't disparage the kid. It is what it is. Then the arm length came out, right? He beat Mr. DK Metcalf in wingspan. So since 1987, nobody with a bigger wingspan. Somebody hit me with, oh, well, great. He's a pterodactyl. You know what I said? Hey, the last Cowboy we drafted, they called it a pterodactyl? Tyron Smith. Worked out pretty good. Choose your words wisely when you step to me when it comes to Pitts, ladies and gentlemen. The 4-4. Now, okay, I'm going to be honest. Here's a moment of truth from your guy, Nix. Boy, I think this might have been the fastest combine ever if all these guys ran and these numbers held up. So, Eric Moden, I don't know what your guy was doing out there he didn't give you that 37-yard line. Yeah, he messed you up. So I'm not going to go off the antithesis that he's a true 4-4 guy.
4-5.
That is.
There you go. Call him a
4-5. But even with that being said, it's fine. What we learned today and what no longer can be, as we have preached on this show, in J-Tuck show, and on Twitter, and in these groups, and the things that we have all talked about is, y'all saw it come through the door today. Y'all watched it walk through the door and you say, okay, I just can't say it no more. Here it is in front of me. And now it's, well, you can't block or whatever, the next thing it is. So, look, on the polar opposite end, now I won't go this far, and I'll ask you guys. I saw certain guys, multiple people, not just one, people that we know and people that we don't know. I perused around just to see, and it said, "Oh, he is the best receiving freak or athletic generational guy since Calvin Johnson." Would you go that far?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would, man. And to be honest with you, like, we remember a few years ago when we went through, Mayweather Pacquiao, man, all the fuss, the talks, the hype, the buildup, and we got to the fight and it was a letdown. That wasn't today, man. We got to the moment, we got to the pro day, and there was no disappointments, man. It was like almost polarizing seeing it like actually live in person. And like all the people, all the hate that we've encountered since Miss Mary planted that little seed way back in November, here we are. It shut everything up. It shut every conversation that people wanted to have to be anti-Pitts. It was rebuked today. Like, you saw it clearly. I mean, there was scouts there just mesmerized, man. I saw one guy post on Twitter, an NFL scout, just text him and said, "Yikes." And that's what we've been trying to explain. If you're able to get something like this with the 10th overall pick, you've been blessed. You've been blessed. But man, Pitts, there was no letdowns today. He ran well, tested well, everything was there. The film is there. The block, my guy DMV, he posted a video about Pitts blocking way back in January, y'all. So that was already out the window. Generational talent. Generational talent, what we've been trying to explain so many times, nights in and nights out. And you saw the Pitts train at this point. It was no elbow room. You can't move, you can't breathe. I mean, it was just crazy, man. Like, I never seen anything like it. And, you know, as excited as I was, it was also depressing, man, because I just don't see how he can fall to us at 10 now. Like, the hype is so big.
We'll walk it through. Oh, no, wait. We'll walk it through tonight.
The hype is so big. Don't worry, yeah. And I feel like, you know, it's one of those things, like I said, it rolled downhill, and here we are, man. It's a full-blown avalanche, and look out below. So,
yeah, you know, and wait before you get there. And I think the telling thing to me is this: the report of, because here was the other side. Here, for the guys that didn't want Pitts and was out on Pitts before today, was, well, he's just a wide receiver.
No.
Man, he's just a wide receiver. He's not really a tight end. Man.
Put on more spot.
Not one NFL team asked him, would he go play wide receiver? That lets you know what the NFL thinks of him. They believe in him being a tight end and a versatile weapon. This isn't a wide receiver. This isn't. I think people might get David Funchess comes to mind, right? Michigan, right? Okay. He played tight end. He went out and played some wide receiver. He got drafted. He played wide receiver for a while in the league. And I think at times people might get confused and think that Pitts is Funchess. This ain't it, fam. This is a bad take. If you're watching film and you're seeing that, this is not what it is. And even the NFL people that watched him today, nobody in building asked him, hey, what do you think about wide receiver? He is a tight end. Just understand what's before you. We haven't seen a tight end get drafted in the top 5 in 49 years. 49 years. The last guy to go top 5 was Mike Ditka. Okay? The last guy to go in the top 10 was T.J. Hawkinshaw at 8. Okay? Then you got a couple of 6s, Vernon Davis and Kellen Winslow Jr., right? We have to understand what this guy is. I don't think he's going to look, and I'm with you with you don't think he's going to make it to 10, but these quarterbacks, Tuck,
Bro,
is going to make it interesting.
I'm going to go buy me a Mac Jones jersey, man. I don't know if you got any Mac Jones wigs or something, bro. I need Mac Jones to jump up in this top 10, and I need a defensive player to jump up in this top 10. But man, like I said, what we saw today, it's just like I just don't see how any NFL team can really pass on him. I mean, even if there's teams that need quarterbacks, he's just a weapon. And that's what we've been trying to say for so long. He's not a wide receiver. He's not just a tight end. He's a guy that can clearly do it all. They even showed a clip of him, you know, against Kentucky. It was against Joseph. Took off. Touchdown. Like the guy, everyone's beating the table for Joseph right now. Pitts dashed on him, man. He's that versatile.
My guy, Professor O, earlier in the chat called him. He's a weapon of mass destruction.
Right.
That's what he is.
And if he falls into the wrong hands, look out.
Nobody asked me, BJ. You said nobody asked us to be about playing wide receiver. Right now, I'm gonna listen to a clip of Kyle Pitts right here.
Who would you match you up with if you had to as a defensive coordinator? It would have to be what, a really fast linebacker or a really physical corner?
I would say either both, but I feel like I'm still gonna win either way.
You have to feel that way, right?
Yes, ma'am.
When did the confidence really come?
I feel like it came once I just had the grasp of the whole offense and being able to read coverage fast, so I knew who was guarding me. So I knew if he was trying to come from the other side of the field, I knew what I had to do to make myself open.
I hear from folks in the NFL you're more Kelsey than Kittle. You cool with that?
I'm definitely cool with that. Somebody I try and model my game after, and I take tools from his game and try and add it to mine, to make me a great player.
Now, I have to ask,
Okay.
I really do have to ask, what more does Cowboy Nation want? The man just said he valued his game after who? Kelsey. What is Travis Kelsey? A weapon. What team does he play for? The Kansas City Chiefs. What team is the favorite to win the championship? I mean, for the next couple of years, Kansas City.
Right.
What's the problem? Oh, no. We need a cornerback, right? We need a defensive play. Well, okay, cornerback. Did anybody see the highlights of Surtain versus Kyle Pitts?
Well. Now low key though, Surtain head up on Pitts was 1 for 3. Just to be honest, the touchdown in the end zone in the second half, that was Surtain running back. It wasn't his guy and just got into the play. So I will keep it a buck there.
He was in the picture.
Yeah, he was in the picture for the SEC game. But now, I mean, you can run down the hit list though. You can run down the hit list,
right? Because our guy Horn was out there. I mean, everyone was getting a little piece of everything.
Listen, that is fair. I take that's fair. Now, if we don't draft Surtain or Horn, are there quality corners in that second round that we could get? That we could take?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. If we don't take Kyle Pitts, can anybody tell me a tight end that you feel comfortable that can maybe is upgrade over Blake Jarwin and Schultz?
Oh, there's a young guy from the U. There's a young guy down there from the U.
4th round.
A little injury, but he's young. There's a guy, but he's not Pitts.
He's not Pitts. Okay, so here's the thing about it. We're talking about a weapon. A weapon. Now, anytime you hear a player that may not make it to number 10, that tells you the value of that player. Especially when you got scouts saying he's top 3, he's top 4, he's top 2, he's the best player in this draft. Why are y'all screaming about the position of tight end?
Right.
When that doesn't matter. If the man is that good, especially with what we have already, think about it. You got Mari, you got Gallup, you got CeeDee Lamb, you got Zeke. If the offensive line is healthy, you got Kyle Pitts there. Okay, Blake Jarwin as a number 2 tight end. Or, however you're going to put it. My God.
Right.
That means everybody's going to eat.
Puts the league on notice.
8-man fronts like he was last season. I mean, what more do you want?
Well, and from my standpoint, it's always been this because sometimes I would get this. Well, okay, if you're gonna fine, get Pitts, but you got to trade Gallup. I'm like, no, I want to be unstoppable. Look, we have to worry about after beyond just this year. I do understand that. However, I'm literally worried about this year getting 6, and if I can become unstoppable on one side of the ball. No matter what I add to this defense with Dan Quinn coming in, and KJ Wright's going to be here. Spoiler alert, we're going to talk about that here in a little bit. But again, I just think you go look, if you're not going to go all in on free agency, right? If you're not going to push the chips in, okay, bet. Then push your chips in with weapons and say, hey, good luck. Try to stop us. It's kind of where I'm at. Outside of him at the floor, we got another pro day to get to. We do have another pro day to get to. Right, and I'm sure before the end of this broadcast, we'll get back to Pitts somehow. I don't know. I just funny feeling.
Just funny feeling. Like Spoon said, what more do you want, man? Like what more do you want? I don't know. Some Cowboys fans are so fickle right now, and it doesn't make zero. It makes zero sense to me. Like I feel like they're thinking about long term. I don't know, man.
It's a wild time. Like this draft to me is very different. It's very. And I was telling this to Spoon before you jumped on here, Jay Tuck in the back before we got live. I don't care who gets picked. There's going to be an issue. It is so torn at what we should do at 10. Man, it's going to be pretty insane come draft night because we are picking at 10, not at 17. And it's just going to be one of those things, man. What happens in front of us with these quarterbacks? It's going to be a wild time. It's going to be a wild night. We're going to have live cast and everything. It's going to be fun. And hopefully I get to go streak again. I'm telling everybody last year, CeeDee Lamb, I go streak, and I went and streak. Yeah, we like candles. I went streaking. I had to come back, and I'll do it again.
But see, here's my problem. Here's my problem. I mean, I respect everybody's opinion. I'm not here trying to bash anybody's opinion.
Right.
Mm-hmm. When I see a comment on the Cowboys don't have a weakness at tight end, when I see a comment where we're mentioning other positions, see, that's not complete. I asked one simple question. I came out and asked, if you have a corner, if you don't get a horn or certain the first round, are there quality corners in the second round that can have an impact? Now, we had this draft conversation almost every single time, and there's been scenarios when Cowboys fans would say, "Well, if we don't get this guy, Asante Samuel Jr. is over there. We got Greg Newsome, X, Y, and Z." I have not heard anybody speak about a damn tight end.
Yeah, well,
Here's another thing, BJ. What is the most famous stat that you keep on preaching about? Before the season started last year, did anybody here give any props to Dante Schultz? No, they did not. They didn't even believe in that. They were screaming out, "Yo, go get a tight end. Go get my man from Tennessee. Go make a trade."
Go get O.J. Howard, everything.
O.J. Howard. The minute the man, it's the same stat numbers as Jason Witten, who we were all pissed about, but getting almost 100% of the snaps the year before.
And we're good.
That.
Right.
Now, all of a sudden, there's no weakness. See, here's the thing. I never said a weakness. It's called an upgrade. It's an upgrade. That's the difference. Did we not
drastic upgrade?
Real quick.
We had a scary story a long time ago.
Yeah.
There's like Freddy Krueger. When we had Randy Moss last, and I was there live and Cowboys.
We'll get
we gotta be real. Realize that.
Yeah, I mean, and again, look, and I don't take Sewell out of it for this exercise from a guy Joseph. I'm gonna take Sewell out of there. And again, we have 2 third-round picks, right? If Pitts falls to 7. And let's say the Detroit Lions, right? I think the Detroit Lions are at 7, if I'm not mistaken. If they're willing to deal and move back to 10 for a third-round pick, are you going up for Pitts? Yes or no?
You asking us? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. At this point, man, it's all hands on deck right now when it comes to getting picks, man. Like, we have rode this train thus far, man. And like I said earlier, when I dropped my video, I'm giving up, but damn it, I'm back. We got to find a way to get up there because we got to do what it takes to get him, man. Because think if we sit back, he goes, right within reaching at 7. That's too close. Like, nah, man. We can package up some of these picks, jump, and try to get this man. I feel like we really got to make a push to go get him. Because here's the thing: a lot of people saying Tuck, but last year CeeDee Lamb happened. CeeDee Lamb, there was other names that were mixed in there amongst CeeDee Lamb. You had the Judys, you had, what I'm saying? So it was all mixed up. Right now, it's Kyle Pitts, Chase, and some other guys. And that's where there's no one up there that can really take the bullets ahead of the time before Pitts is drafted. So, yeah.
Spoon, are you giving up the 3rd to go up?
Listen, I'll do that, and I'll make them some sandwiches. That's what I'll do. Hell yes. Understand me. Understand this, y'all. Again, I'm not saying Blake Jarwin's a scrub. I'm not saying Schultz is garbage. Nobody's saying that. But again, they're not in Kyle Pitts' level. They're not
changing the game. They're not changing the game.
Now, when it comes to Blake Jarwin, yes, he was hindered because of Jason Witten.
But that would never happen to Kyle Pitts.
Exactly. Kyle Pitts is too talented. That man, he's a beast. And here's another thing. I swear to God, if Kyle Pitts was there, he's there number 10, and we take another position, another player. The only player that I would accept, take it at number 10, that I would accept, but I'm not really, I'll be like, okay, would be Sewell. That if he drops, that is the only play that maybe, just maybe. Other than that, no. Because what's going to happen is when we see Kyle Pitts, or we see ESPN highlights, I know everybody's in fantasy like, yo, I got to get Kyle Pitts. You see what he's doing? You see what he's doing again? Come on, let's keep it real. It's the same thing with Randy Moss.
And look, we'll keep it a buck here. As Steve Lutton said, y'all putting a lot on the kid, suggesting he's a generational talent. We'll see. And absolutely. No. And absolutely, we will see. Here's the thing. The tape matches the measurables, matches the pro day. It shows us something that we haven't seen prototypically as we talked about the tight end position. This isn't a case where intangibles, the whole 9. This isn't a case where, okay, well, you were a wide receiver disguised as a tight end or vice versa. It's not one of those cases here. Going back to the earlier point of nobody's asking him to play wide receiver. They want him at tight end. He's going to change the game. In this NFL, go back to the last 3 Super Bowls, look at the tight ends that are playing. It matters. You have to be able, and the thing that I've always preached here going to our 3rd year in Stargate, the best teams attack the middle of the field. They just do. Those are facts. Go back to last year or year before last, and I can probably look it up for the Kansas City Chiefs. They throw the ball. They had 72 attempts. Their Super Bowl winning year, they had 72 attempts outside the hash marks. 72. That's it. You attack the middle of the field. What is something that has plagued us in Dallas for years? Red zone.
Right.
You add a Kyle Pitts into this, the red zone is going to be fixed. They say, well, and then I heard this one. Well, this is just not enough balls to go around. I said, well, damn, Dalton Schultz had over 70 passes thrown his way, and he caught 64 of them.
Right.
Sounds like there's plenty of balls to go around. It's
Right.
fine. He's going to take those attempts. Again, it's just one of those things of, man, look, take the Cowboys out of it for a second. Take the Cowboys, what you think we need, everything else. Take the quarterbacks off the board. Look at these prospects up and down when you build your big board and tell me who you think is a better prospect coming to the league outside of Kyle Pitts. And if you're able to do that logistically the right way, you look at the tape and you look at everything that he brings to the table and everything that's in between. I mean, it's just pretty hard to get away from that.
I'll tell you what my thoughts is. There's a team in Atlanta that's going to do what some Cowboys fans are afraid of. They're going to look and say, we got Julio Jones, we got Ridley. If we add in Kyle Pitts, damn it, our defense is kind of disoriented right now, but we can still load the deck right now offensively and get back to work. And I feel like
load up.
Load the clip.
If you're not going to push your chips in to the middle of free agency, then damn it, you got to load the clip a different way. And if you're going to load the clip a different way, then you got to do it in the draft. Nobody complained about Diggs. Nobody complained about Gallimore.
Right.
Fair? Okay, well, then I can go get Pitts, and I can get me 2 more guys in defense that can make the same kind of impact that they made, and we should be good because we're stacking the deck on one side of the ball even more. Let's keep it a buck, man. And that's just what it boils down to.
Hey, listen, real quick. So the Atlanta Falcons came out and they spoke to Kyle Pitts about 3 times, right?
And schedule another Zoom.
And schedule another interview. But gee, they got Hayden Hurst at tight end.
Right.
Think about it. They got Hayden Hurst is a good tight end. They're still talking to another tight end.
Bro, Ronnie Brown was in the backfield. That's such a bad
Wait,
take,
hold on. I got a question for Steve then. I got a question. Steve.
Also, it's IE, not Y.
I have a question for Steve then. When was the last time a tight end was called the best prospect in this draft?
You know, again, the Ronnie Brown instance with Cadillac back there, right? I mean, talking about everybody that was back there. I mean, it's cool. And look, in low key, nobody called Ronnie Brown a generational talent. However, in the league, though, pretty damn good. Remember, that's when the Wildcats started, right? Ronnie Brown leading the Wildcat, and the Dolphins went up there and beat the Patriots, and they won the division that year. So, yeah, I mean, it's whatever on that front. We got others, man. We can talk about Pitts all night and what it means. We got another pro day to get to, guys.
Blockbuster.
Hey,
Blockbuster day. Pay-per-view.
Yeah. Pay-per-view like a mug. Let's get down. Let's go down to the Death Valley. Let's go down to LSU. Mr. Jamar Chase. Man. Basically did what everybody thought. Here's the funny thing about Jamar. He ran a 4.38, and nobody's like, oh, that's cool. We don't even care. My man, the wide receiver ran a 4.3. Like, yeah, I mean, we don't even care about that shit because that's not what we're here for. Oh, that's great. Right. Awesome. All the other stuff's what we worried about. Jamar Chase literally today in this pro day, and think about this for a second, guys. There was a wide receiver last year, and the only guy that got some Rookie of the Year votes away from that quarterback over there in the Chargers, in Jefferson. Jefferson was number 2 to Jamar Chase at LSU. Keep it a buck. He went and did his thing. Jamar Chase submitted himself. Chase submitted himself top 6, kissed the baby. If you thought there was a chance he was getting past 6, shout out to the Eagles for trading back. They don't think they're going to be able to get him. I don't think they are either because because I've said this before. I unequivocally believe he's going to Cincinnati to go be with Joe Burrow. I've already been on record on that. But either way, Chase, my goodness, put on a show today, guys.
Yeah, as expected, man. You guys know I was on the pitch train, but my other guy, it was Jamar Chase. You know, I don't care about opt-outs or any of that, man. And he definitely measured up. Now he had the 4.3 per se, the clock on, because I know that's a lot of people's concern. Like he's not a speedy guy, but he said that he worked on his speed. He had a whole year to work with top NFL trainers to get your speed up. So he got his speed up a little bit, vertical, everything was there, man. Yeah, he's going to be special, but he's not going to be special in Philly. So I'm breathing a lot easier, man. But Jamar Chase definitely put on the show, and the way he had his composure, his interview that he had with James Slater, man, like, man.
Yeah. I mean, Spoony, NCAA guy. What'd you think today, Mr. Chase?
Let's say it's what we all knew.
Right.
We know Chase was on the show. And again, I know that's Tuck's guy, and I know we have visited the question if he was to mysteriously land at number 10, which I highly doubt. I don't think he gets past the Bengals at all. I think he will be a Bengal come draft night. He's just the truth. And if you like what you saw in Jefferson, his who went to Minnesota last season, you're gonna love what you see in Chase.
Right.
And Chase is that guy. Chase is that receiver. He's that number one guy. And again, I see him going right there to the Bengals pick.
No doubt.
He was the only guy I liked in pro day though, in LSU. I like the other guy.
I would say, and I saw somebody ask about Kyle Trask today. I think the big takeaway from the Trask pro day was a little bit more mobile than people thought.
Right.
Little bit more fleet of foot. Not quite maybe the statue in the pocket that people thought about him, right? So he's able to move a little bit. Actually pretty much was on point as well. Arm strength is going to be kind of the question for him, and how can he ramp that up maybe a little bit. But I don't think he did anything to hurt himself. I still think he's a 3rd round pick. It's kind of where I thought he was going to be, 3rd or 4th round pick. But Kyle didn't hurt himself today. For me, when we get back to the pro day at LSU, one of the guys I wanted to tune in to see, Mr. Jabril Cox at linebacker. Pulled a hammy, basically was out of there. So I was a little disappointed in that front. Again, for me, it was a headliner. For everybody else, it was the Chase and Pitt show. I think one thing that went underneath the radar a little bit, Notre Dame had their pro day today.
I was gonna say another thing that went underneath was my guy Mendoza actually posted. My guy Shelvin. I completely forgot all about Shelvin.
Shelvin.
That's my guy. I was looking at. He basically. I'm sorry. So go ahead.
I was gonna say I didn't catch what Shelvin did because I was so all over the place.
The pro, he opted out last year through the COVID. So the pros was that he waited at 350. They was talking about how he was at 390 at a point, but he lost some good weight. And the weight that he's at right now is the weight that we're comfortable at from the year 2019, where he was short and stuff. So he had a very solid pro day today. The only concern would be is keeping the weight. Keeping that weight at right. He's a big boy. That's definitely that one technique, defensive tackle that we could definitely use against the run. And I'm hoping we can get him in the 3rd round or 4th. If it's not Lee McNeil, hopefully it's Tyler Shelvin. But he definitely had a good one. I also like Terrence Marshall, the other wide receiver from LSU. He had a very solid. He's bigger than Chase, but very, very solid. Listen, LSU had a very good pro day today. Sorry for Jabril.
And safety ran in at the same time as well.
Yes.
Shelvin didn't do the bench. So
Yeah.
Look at the numbers that Mendoza puts up.
Now my guy JOK didn't run the 40. He didn't run the 40, but and I'm switching over to Notre Dame real quick. 221 for JOK, shuttle 415, or 20 shuttle 415, and 3 cone 6. 3 cone 681. He got to 221. The arms 33, right? So we're looking at 66 overall. Hands, whatever. For me, the wingspan almost a tick over 78. He didn't do and unfortunately, he didn't do the bench either.
Right.
So no bench, no 40 for JOK. But my guy Liam Etchenberg, all 306 pounds of him over there at left tackle for Notre Dame, 33 reps on the bench.
That's beastly.
Yeah.
33 reps on the bench.
Yeah.
Again, one of the guys that I've kind of circled and said, hey, not really so concerned about O-line at 10 because there's some of these guys in the weeds that my guy Liam that I'll be about. And look, and as Stuart said, that Shelvin is a stud. Guys, I'll tell you what. Let me throw it out there. Let me throw this back up here real quick. I don't think we're going to go for a 1 tech in the draft.
Oh man.
I'm just going to keep it a buck. I look at Carlos Watkins. I look at Brent Urban. I look at them bringing back Woods, right? And I think about it, and I think about who's available and things that they did. And maybe we just miscalculated this idea that 1 tech was going to happen. That we thought this was going to be the time that they would go get a true 1 tech. I'm of the mindset now that I don't think they're looking for a true 1 tech. Because they could have got one cheap. Like, and when we talk about cheap, we're talking about in that valuable, but Stephen Jones price range, if you will. Right. And for me at this point, I'm just like, do they really want a 1 tech? So I'll spin it around to you. That's kind of my thought process. That's kind of what I think right now. I just don't think they're going to look for a true definition 1 tech on this defense still. Look, now we might bang our head against the wall, and we might, why not? But I just don't think it's going to happen, guys. I think that's. I think they're look. I think McNeil, sure. I think a Wilson late bad knees and all from Florida State. I think Brooks out of Texas A&M.
Right.
I think they're gonna. Yeah, I think they're. They remember they explored Reed, and I think when they said they explored Reed, I said, okay, you didn't explore Tomlinson or any of these quote unquote 1 techs. Now Reed is a true to life 3 tech.
Right.
Would have walked in here been the best defensive tackle on the roster for sure, but you didn't explore 1 tech at all. It's kind of makes me feel like you want defense to be in the middle, but I don't know if you really want that 1 tech overall. That's kind of my thought process after since last week, since we were on. Let me get your guys' thoughts. Spoonie, I'll start with you.
I can agree. I just think the defensive tackle they've been signing lately, you see the difference between the height, basically the length is what they're looking for. They want somebody who reach. It does make a little bit of a difference than somebody who's a little more shorter and thicker. Somebody who's longer, you basically, it hurts the quarterback if you could be able to reach over or, pat balls down, stuff like that. So I could definitely see the difference between what we have in Hill and Gallimore versus Watkins and Urban that we got. It's basically different. If for a 3 technique guy, in their eyes, I'm just put out just saying this for my personal opinion. I just think it's somebody that they don't want to invest money. They'd rather draft somebody because who knows how long those type of linemen will last long. I mean, this is a passing game. Of course, we need it for the run, but I think they'd rather draft somebody and plug in there maybe on 3rd downs for a key run and stuff like that, not go out there and spend that money for them. That's just me. So if anything, they'll get one in the draft. If it's not there, I don't think it'd be a problem for them. They're not gonna make it as a big interest, just like what you said, BJ. So I'm with you.
J Tuck.
Yeah, I mean, by the way things have been kind of shaking out, it looks like they're kind of getting more of the 3 tech type bodies that can maybe slide in and out, play the 3 and the 1, but not just a prototypical, nose tackle, just a 1 tech. I mean, because like you said, BJ, there's been guys out there, and we kind of spun around and not even gave much interest, for those big fat nasties that we want. But I'm thinking, bro, we got 10 damn picks, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at least just get one just in case, because by the conversation, it sounds like stopping the run is going to be the primary focus. And so what better way is to get that big fat nasty there in the middle lined up over the center that can take up those tackles and free up your linebackers that you just brought in. So I'm gonna stay optimistic that we do at least bring in one traditional 1 tech in the draft. You will hope so. because they tried it last year, even though it's a different scheme with Poe. So at least the idea is kind of in-house, but we'll see. Man.
Yeah, but and of course before it was in-house before Dan Quinn got here, right? So I don't know, man. I just think in the traditional sense of one text that we think about, I think when I think about the defensive tackles that are available, like all of a sudden I don't know if Shelvin's the guy that they're going to look for, like the McNeils, the Nixons from Iowa, obviously Taga from 40 reps, by the way, from Ohio State.
Right.
It might be more in that lane that it's going to be the Shelvins of the world. As much as look, and I'm with you, I would love to get Shelvin in here. But I just kind of think it's going to be something in a different mold, and maybe we just overestimated the thought process there. Just trying to own some shit. Trying to own some things.
Right.
Anything else from pro days? Anything else from pro days? Y'all want to bring up before we pivot?
Right.
Anything else?
No, I was gonna say your guy Joker, man, he had a solid pro day. Like I said, didn't run the 40 though. I think that's what a lot of people really wanted to see, and also
the bench. Did the bench, yeah,
right, yeah. Like we want to see how strong you got, and you put on some weight. Let's see how strong you are, but let's see how fast you really are.
And your homeboy's on the clicker, anyways.
But
unless it was old Moden's guy out there,
like, or TCU was in the house, like who's clocking the day? No, I think
I can't do it.
But I mean, so maybe having those numbers unseen, that could lead to some confusion where he could possibly slide a little bit. So, but we'll see. So, but overall, great pro day, man. Even the wide receiver from Florida, Kadarius,
I know. Yeah. I know you with. I know.
Tony. Yeah. So great pro days across the board, man. But we'll see.
So Richardson with a question says, do you guys think we're possibly going to bring back McCoy? I don't think it will happen before the draft. I think if they don't get what they want in the draft, I think that percentage skyrockets. I think McCoy is if the draft don't go the way we want, we'll break the glass and we'll bring McCoy back. That's kind of what I think. Do y'all think McCoy is going to be brought back, or?
Yeah, I think it's breaking case of emergency. I think he'll be one of those, round after the draft, probably midsummer, maybe, just in case. I don't think they will, though, to be honest with you, by showing what they brought in with Urban. Like, it's starting to get crowded a little bit, the defensive tackle position. So, we really don't know where McCoy stands as far as his recovery from injury.
Right.
A little bit longer in the tooth. You got some other quality guys that you brought in. You can put them in rotation. So I would say that the Cowboys will be out on Gerald McCoy, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and Mendoza definitely still want to see Oregon and Houston's Holland. You want to see what Holland does, obviously, for sure. And my other guy out there at corner, I want to see what he does as well. Let's talk. Not get all the way out here. Kelvin Johnson, cornerback, right?
Mm-hmm.
The 4.29 small matter had a great pro day as well. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So yeah, man. I mean, there's still something to see. Does Barrymore fall to 44? Barrymore, I think, is the guy that if he was at 44, I think that's a Dan Quinn guy. I think it's a Dan Quinn one tag, quote unquote.
Right. Absolutely. Right.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, straight from Japan. Mariella is finally able to join us.
What's up?
Mary, how was the call to Japan? Obviously, they didn't hold you all night, but here you are. Oh, nope, can't hear you. Well, can't hear you. You're muted. Yeah, turn your mic on. Oh, there it is.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just relieved because last week it was like 2 hours, so I'll take it.
Yeah, no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Real quick, Mary, as busy as you have been, before we pivot over here, we're just talking about pro days, what's happening. Oh, and by all means, what's the drink of choice tonight?
I never had it before. It's some kind of Austin hard seltzer, wild blackberry.
Boom, that part. So, with that being said, pro days, anything that you saw that jumped out to you that you want to talk about, the floor is definitely yours. Take your time.
I mean, there's a lot of fast 40 times, so I don't know.
You think?
That's very interesting, but I mean, I think it definitely helped if you guys move up a little further. You know, that's why, you know, the Pitts train was getting a little nervous earlier today.
Mad nervous.
Yeah.
I think it helped JC Horn too, because I mean, he didn't seem like he was on some people's radar, and then all of a sudden they did his pro day and they're talking about, you know, early first round. So
there is a lot of JC Horn fans that came out of the woodworks really quick, for sure. Though, yeah, I mean, bruh, like, even though we kind of talked about this, Mendoza, you know, as I always give credit, brought into my forefront out the gate, and we always kind of throughout the process been talking for the past couple of months. Yeah, there was a lot of JC Horn fans that came out of nowhere very quickly, if you will. But with that being said, let's go ahead and pivot. Let's go ahead and pivot off these pro days. Let me. Oh, wait. Oh, well, Mary came in and I didn't have this set up, so. On the fly. We ain't got no producer. It's just me. It's just me right now. Hold up.
So the pitch train is still intact. We still riding, right?
I already told you. I'll show you how he gets to 10 still. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, but KJ
you did it wrong, Tuck, because you should have been hyping up Patrick
Surtain. I know. I thought about that. I was like, man, we hyped up the wrong person. Now I'm trying now, man, but they ain't getting no momentum.
They know your trick. They know your tricks now.
Yeah, it's working on Instagram though. That's what I'm starting when they don't know me much. So I'm like,
fair enough. So let's pivot over to this KJ Wright situation. Right, there's some heat on the. You know, first it came out, I want to be here, and everyone's like, "Oh well, whatever." You know, these free agents is what they do, and then it turned into, "Oh no, wait, guys, they're actually." Mike Fisher dropped a article. There's something there. Shout out to Mike Fisher, us YouTubers, giving you that credit. Giving you that credit, Mike, Mike. You know, so all that's happening. And then it hit like a wall, you know, and it's kind of been dry, you know, and dry in the DMs. You know, what's going on with KJ? What's happening with KJ? Let me spin. I'm gonna go counterclockwise. I'll start with Tuck, and we'll go all the way around to Spoonie. What have you heard on the KJ Wright front, sir?
Yeah, so after I dropped my Pitts depression video, I also dropped one on KJ Wright. And I feel like what I was saying, the situation is, you know, we've kind of been at a standstill for quite some time, probably like for a few days right now. So what does that really mean? Negotiations are probably happening. But I don't think that KJ Wright is going to be one of those players that Steven and Jerry Jones can lowball. And he's going to be like, okay, I'll take that offer. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of back and forth going. And we all know how things can go once Steven Jones kind of digs his feet in the sand. And I feel like KJ Wright has a few demands that we've kind of been hearing now. When I made my video, I had a whole bunch of
those demands.
Right. Those demands. You want control in the locker room?
Yeah.
And, you know, you want multi-year deals and 10+ mil for what? Whoa. That's not how we do here in Dallas. But after I made my video, I had a few people reach out to me directly and saying, hey, man, you know, this KJ Wright thing is probably going to happen sometime soon. Keep your head up, Tuck. So I'm going to remain optimistic about KJ Wright becoming a Dallas Cowboy because I hear that deal should be done soon.
Boom.
Man, I ain't got no insiders or nothing. Just, you know, just a few people here and there.
No. Hey, as Stevie Mack said, Scott Beat Fish of the KJ News. You know, hey, look, man, we're just trying to stay clean in the streets. We're just some YouTubers out. We're just some YouTubers out here, you know, doing our thing. Man, we don't, we're just trying to be clean. I mean, if smoke comes our way, then so be it. We'll take the smoke, but on the same token, you know, we're just trying to keep it a buck, man.
Right.
Shout out to Steel for sure.
Right.
YouTuber. Go figure. But with that being said, though, Mary, KJ Wright.
What do I think it's gonna get done, or
sure. Do you think it's gonna get done? Do you want it done? How about that? Do you want KJ Wright on this team even?
Yes,
okay.
Of course.
Okay.
I agree with Tuck that, you know, he's like Steven's like, whoa, we don't do that here. 1 year deals, like, whoa, no, we don't do that here. 2 year deals. But I think it's possible. I think, I mean, it's been what, 2 days since that was first brought up. I think 2-3 days. And then
I think we're about 3 days. Yeah, we're probably about 3.
Like it was Friday night-ish.
Quiet. Like, I mean, like we always say, when it gets quiet, that's usually a good sign. You know, we haven't heard, oh, he was at the facility, and oh, he was in the Dallas airport, and you know, all those little things that pop up and then nothing ends up happening. We haven't heard anything like that. So that makes me feel good that they're working towards getting it done here soon. And then also too, I mean, his agent is Todd France. Maybe they've officially smoothed things over.
Oh Lord, where?
Oh, you didn't know this?
No.
You didn't.
God.
But listen, the way I'm choosing to look at it as the glass half full, because that got signed, and he said at his press conference, "I'll be the recruiter. I can do this." So maybe, you know, there's a little bit of you know, back and forth going on of Dak, you know, kind of pushing for it, and through his agent and through KJ, and you know, maybe it happens.
Broke my
spirit. Spony. Spony. Mr. Wright, KJ Wright, you want him? You think it's getting done? Or is it are we just wasting time? What do you think?
You're on mute, bro.
Spony, you're on mute, bro.
I gotta put up my Metro card for 1 second.
Oh God.
All aboard!
He's such a
Yeah.
It's gonna happen, y'all. First of all, I'm gonna say why. I'm a little superstitious sometimes. Now, I've been working with Gary for a couple of years, and it's been a pleasure. And every time we talk free agency, sometimes she don't give the answer we all want because she's keeping 100. While we in fantasy world, she keeps the world. I have you. Okay, that's me. Okay, me. Okay, me. My fantasy world. I have never heard Mary be so optimistic about getting a player. Normally, it's not gonna happen. If she's saying it,
she watches. Her checkbook's like Stephen Jones's. We know that
exactly. Exactly, the same checkbook. She's saying it. I'm believing it, but I'm also believing it as well, is because listen. At the end of the day, I believe Stephen Jones understands. You gotta put the right guys in play, especially where an opportunity like this comes along. This don't come all the time. I also think KJ Wright's market is not as high as before. Right now, we about to hit the month of April, and I know every player understands. Yeah. If you wait till after the draft,
it is what it is, right?
So I think it's really gonna happen.
You know, I have a list, guys. I have a list. I actually do think this is going to happen. I think this is the quote unquote, and remember early on I said Dan Quinn will get a splash signing. Now let me hit my calling count. Where Knicks was wrong was Dalvin Tomlinson. Where Knicks was right is going to be KJ Wright. Okay, I was right all along. Dad jokes. Shout out to my guy Matt Owen. I was right all along. But I think this is the quote unquote splash signing. I think this is going to be something that's not going to be a 1-year deal. I think it's going to be multiple years. I think for a few reasons. I think one, I think that Dan Quinn said, hey, this is my guy. This is who I want. I think if you're going to, because we had some rumors early about you're going to move him from Jalen, whatever, yada, yada. Not going to happen, right? We all said that wasn't going to happen. Yeah. However, but if I get a nil in here, right, I got that 5th-year option, the LVE. I know Jalen's coming here. I need a linebacker here long term to make sure I got to get a guy early to help me out. Okay, and I think this is kind of where we're going to be at. Is that's Dan Quinn's? Hey, get me this guy, and I can roll. He's going to be the leader, you know. And we talked about leadership on all different levels, hot boys, BS, and the whole nine. We're not going to rehash all that tonight. We're not going to rehash all that. But I think that's the guy that Dan Quinn said, no, you're going to get me that guy. I'm here. Get me my guy. 1. 2, and what people should feel good about. Even as it's been 0, dark 30, quiet, 4 or 5 days, 3 days, 2 days, whatever, you haven't heard about KJ Wright going anywhere else.
Right.
You haven't heard about KJ Wright taking calls. You ever heard anything about KJ Wright leaving out of Dallas? The other side of that is all of a sudden you watch KJ Wright go 0, dark 30 on Twitter. You know, he responded to our guy Tuck, right? Tuck said, hey, weather's nice.
Yeah.
You know, and KJ slid up underneath there and, you know, still and posted something. And KJ slid underneath there. Fish posted something. He slid. You haven't seen KJ slide underneath anybody anymore. He's chilling. I think the bottom line is going to be this. They're waiting for look, you might not like this, Cowboys Nation.
I know what you're going to say.
They're going to treat Sean Lee with the utmost pedestal, Jason Witten-esque respect, right? They're going to I hear you, but they're going to tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me where I'm lying, though, Tuck. They're going to give him his space and his flowers to do what he has to do. I'll take it a step further. I wouldn't be surprised that there's not a deal in place already. They're just waiting for Sean Lee to do his thing so they can announce the deal afterwards.
Won't they Tyrone Crawford, Sean Lee? Just be like, he retired.
And I mean, even and the thing about Sean Lee shouldn't even be okay. Let's say even if he was going to stay another year, that shouldn't determine your plans for like right now.
Agree.
Because we know he can't play a full season. We know LVE can't play a full season. And we know after this year, it needs to be, even if it's not this year, next year needs to be his absolute last year. So it shouldn't even come into thought. Like it's kind of irritating that sometimes it can be about business and then they hold up important business because of a player who can't let it go or can't make up his mind.
Right.
No, and look, and I said from jump as soon as they signed Dan Quinn, I said it on Tuck's show, I said it on our show, around the way. I was like, as soon as they got Quinn, I knew automatically. Sean Lee was like, I like this party. Right. Oh yeah. Oh, I got a year in me. Oh, yeah. Damn, what you talking about?
Right.
This me. So again, but we know how Cowboys treat their own. I mean, other than Tyrone Crawford,
right?
And
I'll for you.
Yeah. Sorry. Granny hips. Sorry, yeah. Granny hips.
Yeah.
You know, and but I think there's some of that being happened. But no, I lose no sleep about KJ Wright. I think KJ Wright is going to be in house before the draft for sure. For me, I think it's going to be. I'll ask y'all this. I don't think it's going to be a 1-year deal. I think this is like a 3-year deal with the 3rd year voidable. And he'll be here for 2 years. That's kind of how I feel. That's what I feel about. I'm going to start with Spoon and spinning it around. I think this is going to be a 3-year deal. The 3rd year is going to be, expendable, if you will. But he's going to be here for the next 2 years as the Cowboys figure out what they're doing on defense. Spoon, what do you think?
Oh, yes, I agree 100%. I think he'll be here for a couple of years. And it makes sense because at the end of the day, the verdict is still out there how the Cowboys fit by LVE. Remember, his option is out in May, so they got a decision to make whether to pick up his 50-year option or to let it ride out. That's one thing. Then we got to find out if Jalen Smith, how do they feel about him in this system? If he flourishes, will he be on this team going forward, or what they're gonna do? Then also on top of that, now we have Keanu Neal. Keanu Neal only signed a 1-year deal. That's rental, so
yeah,
it makes sense to sign KJ Wright for multiple years because you still got other questions about the other linebacker spot. Remember, the draft didn't even happen yet, so we don't even know who's going to be drafted at that time. So it makes sense to do that.
And of course, I mean, with the cap going up and everything else, give him the $10 million a year. It's fine.
Well, and then when you consider that LVE's 5th-year option is going to be somewhere between $9 and $12 million, give that to KJ Wright.
Boom. Yeah. Exactly. Now I know you're worried, but you said you heard some things that makes you feel better. So what do you think there, Tuck? Multiple year deal? You think it's a one and done?
Yeah, because I think what the conversation was, and from things I was hearing, is that it was going to be around 10 million on a yearly basis. And now knowing that his agent is actually Todd France now has a standard to live up to, is getting his players their money. So I feel like there's going to be some negotiations. I feel like it'll be a multi-year deal, and KJ Wright will be the big signing will be for the Dallas for the offseason, which I'll take it, man. At this point, I'll take that.
So, that'll definitely be the splash for sure. I mean, for sure. No ifs or buts about it. With that being said, as we're talking about linebackers, my guy Mark in the building. What's going on, Mark Anthony? He goes, how does our linebacker room look? So currently, right, you got Jalen, you got LVE, right? You have Neil, right, and then you have Luke Gifford still in the building, and then you have Francis Bernard, and that's stop.
Right.
That's where we're at currently.
Right.
And Granddaddy Lee.
Oh,
he's got one foot in and 1 foot out. So,
I don't like this one. Let me see what y'all like. It says Zach Thomas, Keith Brooking, KJ Wright. I think there's a little more tread on the tire with Wright than Brooking and Tom. Thomas was definitely out of tread.
Yeah,
right.
Brooking did some things.
Yeah, he was solid. Brooking was solid for the.
But if you turn on the tape for KJ Wright last year, I wouldn't put it in the same tier, guys. What about y'all? What do y'all think? I'll start with you, Tuck.
No, because when healthy, KJ Wright's still a player. If you go back and watch the film from last year, he was making things happen.
He was making some plays.
So,
yeah.
This is that situation.
Mary.
Oh yeah, no, I agree with Tuck. He was making some plays last season, so I don't think so.
And of course, hey, at this point, man, give it a like, give it a share. If you're on YouTube, Stargate Podcast, hit that sub notification bell. Facebook, shoot over to YouTube, Stargate Podcast, no underscores. Hit that sub, hit that bell. If you're on YouTube, man, shoot over this. Man, we'll take you on Facebook. We'll take you over there too. Stargate page group and everything else. CFO in the building. Man, go ahead and plug it real quick.
Yeah. Cowboys fans only on YouTube, man. We're trying to make a push to 1,000. We're getting the numbers up. We're almost 100 away, y'all. 100 away to get to 1,000 subscribers, man. So we're going to do a few giveaways. And also, of course, man, you guys can find me on Twitter at JTuck151. And, of course, with my Stargang family and also in the group. That's, causing a little chaos. Not too much.
But Spoonie, I'll let you finish off. I know I cut you off right after Mary, but go ahead.
No, listen, KJ Wright graded pretty solid the last 2 years. I think top 5 of PFF and stuff like that. I look at KJ Wright the way Sean Lee was for LVE and Jalen Smith. He could definitely be a good mentor and stuff like that. So, this is out with the old and with the new scheme and everything, and maybe new players coming along. And KJ Wright would be a perfect guy to have for the new linebackers if we draft any to do this scheme. Somebody who's been in it for a long period of time and taught. End of the day, like Dan Quinn, no, he never drafted KJ Wright. It was Gus Bradley at the time before Gus went to Jacksonville. But if you ever look at his numbers under Dan Quinn, he became a star defensive player for that defense. We all know my man. Forget his name. My man in the middle, but
Wagner.
Bobby Wagner.
How could you forget Bobby Wagner?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, buddy.
I was thinking, like, who's he talking about? Can't be Bobby.
Sorry, Bobby.
Look, and that's the other thing too. He's never been able to be the voice in the linebacker locker room. Right. If he comes in here, he would be the voice in this locker room, which you should get excited about. I got Mr. Rome in the building. Cowboys fan talk.
Well, let me ask one quick question though, because Matt asked a great question though. So, which linebacker would lose playing time if we do bring in KJ Wright at this point?
Oh, my opinion, I think it'll be Jalen.
Which was going to be healthy.
Yeah,
One's going to take himself out, I guess.
Between LVE, I think it'll be. In my opinion, I think it will be Jalen over Jalen.
So Jalen would be the sacrificial.
I think Jalen. If I had to pick one fully healthy, I think it's Jalen. I would go with Jalen for sure.
Because he's the one.
We've seen him cover in the middle in a 2 linebacker set. It's not good.
No, not at all.
Mary, LVE, Jalen, full tilt.
I mean, I think, bless his heart, LVE is gonna take himself out with injury. It's gonna be something. But if not, all things being the same, I would say, yeah, probably Jalen.
Well, see, that's why we need Lee and KJ right here. We need them both right in the middle. That way we take Lee. If we take LVE and we take Jalen, we're bound to get at least one healthy guy.
But you know what's funny, BJ?
I mean, hopefully, let's not now, because
it was funny. But credit to Matt almost for that question. But I like that question a lot more. We're sitting here. We have nobody's wrong. We're saying between LVE and Jalen, but it tells you how every season we're dealing with something. Either Jalen on the field too much and he's out of position. The way he's doing LV's injury. That's why KJ Wright is a must sign.
I mean, Mojo, why are we the only fan base? I'm gonna say that likes Surtain and fantasizes him like you. I don't know. Rephrase that for me, bro. I don't know what you're trying to get at on that question, but rephrase it. I'm gonna get it up here though for sure. Back to my guy, Mr. Rome said, "Do we sign a vet corner still, or is it over?" Look, I got bets on the line. I've already said it, and yeah, I think there's no way, shape, or form that we do not add a veteran cornerback, outside corner. If they don't, now here's the key. Here's a major key alert. If they don't add a veteran cornerback that we think that is unequivocally outside, then that means that means Brown's going to be here, and they look at Jordan Lewis as an outside corner. That changes the thought process here. But as the lay of the land sits, I think there's no way they don't sign the outside corner. Mary, what do you think?
I think if they do, it'll be a little later. Maybe depending on who's still available, it might be after they see who's, see how camp is, see what's going on with that. Because right now it seems that they're not sure what with Reggie Robinson. It seems like we keep getting conflicting.
He's safety now. Per Dan Quinn.
See, we keep getting different stuff though. Today, a few weeks ago he was corner. I mean, we don't know. So I think it's definitely possible, but it might happen later, not before the draft.
Okay. J Tuck, before or after the draft, or period.
Yeah, I think eventually they'll sign a veteran corner. Now, was your bet before the draft, or was it just signing
before?
Yeah, I think they'd make a move before the draft. I think they'll make a guy. Now, who will it be? I have no idea. I don't expect a splash, but at this point, there's really not many splash names available. But I think they will bring in, because I feel like if you look at it from a depth perspective, like even if we were to take a Patrick Surtain, then we're still going to need more bodies at that cornerback position. So I feel like they will bring in a veteran guy, before the draft. So I would say yes.
Okay, Spoonie, vet corner. Before or after the draft, or period?
Hey, Rome, I got something for you right here.
Oh, he brought it out.
That's what the hashtags is this year, Spoon. That's how low we got him, man.
That's it. Hey, Richard Sherman. I'm gonna say why. When we bring in KJ Wright, Richard Sherman will come along. Dan Quinn already said when the question was asked about bringing in player he's familiar with, he said he would love the idea. I'll be honest with you, I've never been a big fan of Richard Sherman, but because got BJ, Tuck, Mary, they spoke about it. Everybody on Star Game, we need Richard Sherman. I'm buying into it. Yeah. I do like the idea for the attitude change for this defense. I think guys like that will get these young guys up to play to the level they can. I'm with it, and I see Richard Sherman coming to the Cowboys when KJ Wright signs.
Yeah, I mean, at the very beginning of free agency, I was out on Sherman. I was, and then I kind of softened my stance as it pertained to Sherman, and then I'm not saying I got connects or anything, but I'm just saying I can feel confident in saying that the Cowboys have reached out to Sherman. It's just up to Sherman if he wants to pick up the phone. So it's kind of if Sherman wants to play, the Cowboys have a place for him, whether he wants to play here or not. But the Cowboys do want him here. I can take it even a step further than what Spoon said as it pertains to Dan Quinn and what he said. So yeah, no, I think for sure it's going to happen. I think at this point, look, I would like Poole personally. I would like Brian Poole, but I think if there's going to be a guy that they bring in here, I think it's going to be Sherman. Look, I'm gonna go back to I'm gonna dig up an old quote here, guys, because I'm an old guy. You know, we had the big Tuna as a head coach at one point in time, right? We had the old Tuna, and at a point in time, Tuna was up there in New England. He said, "Hey, man, if you want me to cook the meal, you gotta let me shop for the groceries. And if you're not going to really go out here and do a whole bunch of extracurricular things, day 1 or 2 of free agency, and I'm Dan Quinn, well, hey, I'm instituting this plan and everything. Man, let me go shop for the groceries. Let me go get these guys that I know they're going to come in here, and whenever I say it, it'll be law at every level."
Right.
And that's kind of what I feel, and I just kind of think, yeah, man, I think they're going to bring a guy in here. I'm not saying that my guy will be Sherm, but I think if Sherm wants to play, he will be in Dallas. Real quick, let me get a couple shout outs. Man, move the chains. I'm like, that's okay, baby. Hey, you good? Ron Hugger says his phone died. Did y'all talk about Barrymore? We did. I think personally he is a one tech guy for Dan Quinn. I don't know if I don't think he's going to make it to 44. But if he does, I think he's off the board. Real quick, yes or no? Barrymore 44, do you think that the Cowboys would take him? Yes or no?
Oh, at 44, absolutely.
Yes,
Merritt?
yes, definitely.
Yes? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let me get through here because we got some more questions filing in. I gotta slide to the left. Matt Dupont. And another thing too about bringing those guys in, you're not wrong. And Dak talks about it. Culture. You got to spin the culture, winning culture. People that have won. So saying won't be better than I don't know. Look, I missed some of this. I don't. Dion's Dion. Let's not go that far. But what's funny is because I have seen people though, J Tuck, how much you love Ramsey. I saw social media spinning yesterday, today, but I just you're talking about Surtain and what you heard. Man, I saw a lot of people say, "Oh, well, J.C. Horn is the next Jalen Ramsey." I'll let you speak on that, sir.
He has a lot of similar traits to Jalen Ramsey, but from a college perspective, absolutely not. Like Jalen Ramsey is a completely different spectrum than J.C. Horn. But sometimes you got to pretend, man. Sometimes I might slap number 20 on J.C. Horn's back and, say pretend it's Jalen Ramsey. But no, he's not no Jalen Ramsey, man. I don't think people understand. I'm sure Mendoza can contest. Jalen Ramsey was a completely different player when he's at the University of Florida State. I mean, y'all don't even remember him returning kicks. He had a different number, and they're trying to team up and pull the jerseys off of him so he can go back and play defense. Like, he was just a completely different animal, him and Derwin James, to be honest with you. J.C. Horn isn't that, but if we're going to get anyone that's going to be close to that, it's a fake Gucci belt, man. It's a fake Gucci belt, Jalen Ramsey. So it's like,
Yeah, fair enough. All right. So let's go through it now. All right, let's go through it. All right, let me ask the chat. First. All right, chat. What do y'all want to see? Do y'all want to see how we can make Pitts be there at 10 in not a unreal fashion? Do y'all want Pitts to get to 10? Or do y'all want to see us argue Surtain versus J.C. Horn at 10? Which one do you want?
I'm going for the Pitts thing.
It's for the people. Hey, it's for the people, sir. It's for the people. So do the people want us to do the Pitts at 10 or Pitts is gone quarterback at 10? Which Pitts one do y'all want? Let's see what y'all want. All right, my guy, Birkin got our back. This is why you got to grow the beard out.
Brian, my guy Brian.
Pitts at 10.
Josh, let's go, Josh.
Josh out here.
Hope.
Pitts at 10. Okay, I'm going to let it vote up a little bit. Oh, we got Pitts again from Stewart.
I was trying to dig through Pitts' tweets earlier, man. See if I could find something. Man.
I'm gonna push him back.
PPA. We got one Surtain versus Horn. But you're losing. This is a losing battle right now. I'm gonna give it a couple more seconds. Obviously, BPA at 10. The Pitts would be BPA at 10. Let's keep it a buck there, Steve. Okay, we're doing it.
Hey, right now the train is stuck in the mud. We all gotta get out and push a little bit. Let's get out and push.
Pitts at 10 and Horn at 10. Okay, we ain't doing that. Pitts. Hey, man, look, Now, hold on. Now, the DC flock, great comment.
Great
Says,
segue.
I don't think Pitts is realistic after the pro day numbers. And I think, Jay Tuck cut a video on Cowboys Fans Only on YouTube. Man, go watch it. Just see him with just a droopy. I thought he was going to cry. He was so sad. And the whole nine. And I told him, boy, I was sitting there with the dang brave parts. I'm like, man, we hold this line. We done came too far. You can't give up now. This is the time where we re-energize.
One of my favorite movies is 300, man. And as strong as powerful as the 300 Spartans were, they all died at the
Yeah, they lost.
They all got
but they won the battle. If we all die, but we win the battle, we're good. Guess who we're going to cover it, man. The Pitts is overflowing.
Arrows start flying.
Yeah. Pitts is overflowing. Pitts is
you don't hear that, Tuck?
All right, here we go.
You don't hear the BJ. You don't hear the BJ noise. You don't hear
it.
You don't hear it, Tuck.
You don't hear it.
Jump on the train, Tuck.
Come on, baby.
Get back on the train.
Back on the train.
Right, come on. Hey, come on, old wise one, man. You got us. You got us. Work your magic. Let's see what you got to say.
All right, so let's get there. Let me dial up some notes. Because, boy, there was a lot of back and forth today with these. Ooh, I'll tell you what. Boy, y'all are a workout on Twitter. BTW. Man, I appreciate all my Twitter followers. Man, I'm about to hit 900. Man, but I love it, man. Y'all are a workout, and it is a fun time on Twitter, man. I got to find a way to cut it off. But here we go. So, Jacksonville. Here we go. Jacksonville. All right. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, round table. Who is Jacksonville taking, guys?
Trevor Lawrence.
Boom, Sunshine. Sunshine, right? Anybody think Sunshine? Anybody does not think Sunshine, right? Sunshine. All right. Number 2, the Jets. Okay. Does anybody think it's not going to be Wilson? BYU Wilson? No.
Well.
Okay, spin it.
See, because my thing is
say Sewell, please say Sewell.
I mean, yeah, it could be him or wide receiver or a tight end. Because you got a young QB there already, and we know they need help for him. So, I mean, drafting another young QB when you still have the other one on a first rookie contract and you still don't have any weapons just doesn't really make sense to me.
Well, here's the thing about it. It's a new head coach. And when the head coach comes in, Mary, they want their own guy because as soon as I get my own guy, I can tie my shit to him, and I got 4 years for sure, maybe 5. If I ride with the guy that's here, as soon as he's gone, I might be gone as well. So to me, it's Zach. It could be, maybe it should be Fields. That's neither here nor there. To me, I think it's quarterback. I think it's Zach Wilson. Now, I'm with you. I'm not with you. I'm not against you. I'm not against you because if they're going to keep him, they better go get Penny Sewell. Right. It's who they better go get.
Yeah. And I mean, the Jets, you just never know with them. Right. So.
But for this exercise, it's Zach Wilson.
So can we say that there is a distinct distance between Zach Wilson and Sam Darnold at this point, though? Like,
I just think
it's not about distinct difference. It's about I'm the head coach. This isn't my guy. It's me. It's on me. So I'm bringing my guy into the building. Right. It just is what. Look. We saw it in Arizona. Man, they had Josh Rosen for 1 year. Fired the rookie head coach after the year. Brought another head coach. Said, no. Josh is our guy. It said, no. Kyler Murray, come on down. Because I know Kyler Murray buys me 5 years. No different than that head coach says, as soon as I take a quarterback at 2, it buys me 5 years.
Well, if the Jets were in the quarterback market, though, why didn't they just tank? Because they had the lead on it, and they.
Well, I mean,
bro, they won 2 games. They tanked pretty hard.
But they were competitive, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, well, Adam Gase gave it a good old college try, sir.
Okay.
He gave it a good old call. Hey, look, if the Cowboys just would have taken, we wouldn't be worried about Pitts.
Team Tank came back today. They came and attacked me. I was like, you know what?
Oh, yeah, they did. Yeah. They did come back.
That's what you get if you want to win a few games. But go ahead.
So let's get to number 3. Look, we know San Francisco didn't trade up to 3 to get anything other than a quarterback.
Yeah.
Now, Do you buy Mac? Although I would love it for it to be Mac Jones. I would love it to be Mac Jones. I don't think it's going to be Mac Jones. However, I don't want to bet against Vegas because Vegas says it's a Mac Jones. Mac Jones had a pro day. We saw the dad bod, and all of a sudden, boy, that shit cooled off really quick. Like,
yeah.
So to me, the Niners, sure, could they? Because they already said they're keeping Jimmy G. Now, this is where you could go. You could go Lance and sitting. You could, right? But I think to me, they're going to. To me, I think they're going to take Fields.
Yeah, for me,
Right.
I mean, I agree. Ryan Hopkins made a good point. I agree. I was just thinking this exact same thing, that San Francisco most likely knows what the Jets are doing because, you know, they, like you said, they traded up for a reason.
Yeah.
And they probably tried to trade up with the Jets first, and the Jets were like, no, we want this guy, so we're not trading. And boom.
Yeah, and Northern Star, we know that. We're just having a good time because there was this whole team tank thing last year and what Tuck was talking about. As we were all talking about, we would have go out here and win. I mean, it's just a funny thing. Don't tongue in cheek on there. Tongue in cheek on that. So Fields, so we got 3 quarterbacks off the board. So we get to 4, right? We get to the Falcons. All right, we got to the Falcons.
This is the one you got to worry about right here.
It's a pothole, but we have to remember they can literally move on from Matt Ryan next year if they want to. They can. That's how it's structured. They can move on, but if they don't want to move on, they want to sit there and stick. Man, you got so many weapons. What's that defense look like? It's worse than it's worse than the Cowboys. So to me, and also Matt Ryan is not a mobile guy. And yeah, I know they spent some money on the interior of their line, but boy, doesn't it feel like it's Sewell here? If not Sewell, I think it's Surtain.
Yeah.
Needs something on the other side. But
For who? At 10?
Surtain.
At 4?
The thing.
The Falcons?
I just can't sell myself on that. I can't.
I'm with BJ. Remember, they got Terrell. They got Terrell last year. They lost about. They got about 2 plays in the secondary already. So Tane can be covered the one spot. Of not, Penei Sewell could be the pick, or a quarterback could be the pick. So I think between the quarterback, offensive line, and Penei Sewell or Surtain would be the pick.
Yeah, and I'm with Spoon.
The quarterback will be Lance.
If Mac Jones goes 3, I'm with Professor O here. It's Fields at 4, and I'm walking away, and that's what it is.
Right.
But as it sits, I think Sewell's going to be the pick, man. But go ahead there.
I mean, I think Sewell is a huge possibility, but I mean, they've had 3 like Zoom dates, you know, with Kyle Pitts. They're like sending "I love you" messages, and I mean, we'll go with Sewell. I can go with Sewell.
All right, so let's go Sewell. Let's go Sewell. Go ahead, Jay.
I was going to say, so this is where we need the 49ers to take Mac Jones. This is
we need it. It helps us, but I don't care if he. I don't care. It's fine. It's still good. It's still good.
I don't think they take Sewell.
Look, watch though. I gotta keep this tucked.
All right. Go ahead.
So I get to Cincinnati. Oh, the stars align. Oh, Burrow.
Chase.
They did a ton of work on the offensive line in the offseason. Anyways, we already know Burrow is out here campaigning. We saw what the pro day was for Chase. We know the Eagles say they traded out because they don't think they can get Chase. That means the Cincinnati Bengals are going to go draft Jamar Chase.
Yes, I agree with that. Yes.
Okay, man, we're cooking now. We're cooking because we still got 2 quarterbacks on the board, and we're cooking. So we get 6. The Miami Dolphins, who traded out, traded back up. Who's your starting quarterback? Real quick.
Tua.
What just happens to be on the board at number 6? Not 1, not 2. Be clear, there's 3 Alabama guys that he played with that they can go get. Devontae Smith. Don't rule out Najee Harris here. Everyone wants to say no Najee Harris. Hey, look at real quick now. Hold on, real quick.
I mean, it'd be great. But
Brian Flores is a disciple of who?
Bill.
Right. Bill Belichick likes running back. He wants to run the ball. We're watching you even go back to the old school stuff. Don't rule it out. I wouldn't think that Harris would go here, but I wouldn't rule it out because you watched him with the Juwan Howards and whoever he's trying to get in here to plug and play. You don't want Harris. However, it's Waddle or Devontae Smith. It's Tua's guy. Why would you not go get Tua's guy?
Yeah,
right?
I think Devontae is definitely the pick right there because
that's a good one. I can agree with that.
Devontae. Yeah,
Devontae.
Him and Parker's a good combination.
Look at Tuck.
Just like the Cowboys, man, it's building me up to rip my heart out.
Right.
Go ahead,
Watch.
Tuck, you big win, Tuck.
Watch this. They're not going to take a tight end because they got Mikey Seski down there, who is a great tight end. He just needs to be unlocked with players on the outside. So they're not going tight end. Now 7 happens. All right, 7 happens now. Now we got Detroit. Now we got to think a little bit here. We got to put.
They're a wild card to me. Like,
right, we got to put the thinking cap on a little bit. Right, we got Dan Campbell. We're going to scratch. We're going to claw. We're going to eat your knees. You know, all that stuff. Okay, cool. They lost Marvin Jones and Kenny Golladay. They lost both wide receivers. They're gone. They took T.J. Hawkinson at number 8 just a few years ago. They're not going to go tight end here. They're not. They're going to go either Waddle or
I think Waddle
or Sewell or Slater.
Yes, I can agree with that.
They're going to go offensive line here. Now, here is the point where the Cowboys can give up a 3rd-round pick, though, and go from 10 to 7 because we have 2 3rd-round picks and go up to 7 and say, hey, new coach, you need all the picks you need. We know what you're doing. We'll just move up and we'll take Pitts off your hands. That's not what you want anyways. Here's your 3rd 4-year prop if you wanted to. But let's just stick to the board. They're not going to do that. They're not. Fair. Let's just stick to the board. So now the next trouble spot, right? Carolina. But wait, we have 2 quarterbacks on the board. Trey Lance and Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones. They need a quarterback. We know that Teddy B's not the guy. They try to go get a 1 or 2 different quarterbacks, right? So now, they sit there. They don't move up. They don't do nothing. Do you want Mac Jones or do you want Trey Lance? Who do you want?
It'll be Trey Lance of Carolina.
Okay, bad. So they take Trey Lance. Makes sense. Sitting behind Teddy B, ride it out. Number 9. This is simple. This is Surtain. Oh, no, but they won't. They're going to ride it, though, Mary. They're going to ride it. They're going Surtain because their coach is a defensive guy. They're going Surtain because most of the DBs they brought back are on a 1-year deal, or they're going Parsons.
Yeah.
Or they're going Parsons.
I can believe that.
Yeah.
I can believe that.
What leaves you? Now we get to 10, guys.
Hold on.
How many candles does Mary have lit at this point?
These aren't even candle worthy. The first 3 are slam dunks. The only 2 you have to really worry about to me,
Falcons and Lions.
No, I don't look. Falcons is smoke screen. The Falcons want somebody to come and trade up to come get Pitts, which we can't rule out. The Falcons are not going to take Pitts. They're smoke screening their ass off to get somebody to come up to come get Pitts. That's what they're doing. Outside of that, it's Detroit and Carolina are your 2 bugaboos.
So, BJ, before you announce the number 10 pick, let me know, please. We got to do this right. We got to do this right, BJ. Make sure we all good. We all good for this pick. Yeah. You got to announce the 10 pick right now? Let me know.
Sure. Whenever you're ready, sir.
All right, hold on.
So who took Sewell?
With the 10th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select tight end, University of Florida, Kyle Pitts.
Oh, my God, man. Oh, my God.
Oh, Lord.
There you
Chuck is
go.
gonna shut down Twitter if that happens.
I'm shutting down a whole lot of stuff.
I gave Sewell to the Falcons, by the way. Yes, for
Falcons. Sewell to the Falcons.
Sewell to the Falcons.
Listen, listen. End of the day, listen. This can actually happen. It's
right.
Wrong.
It wasn't far-fetched. It wasn't far-fetched.
Yeah, the only teams I'm scared of taking Pitts again. I like what Mary said with number 2 with the Jets. That's if they keep Don, I think they have no. I like that. I like Atlanta, and also like Detroit. Just in case it's a weapon. But other than that, I'm putting the fence that I think that Pitts is going to land on our spot. It's just destined. It's destined to happen. This was
like
called, I'm sorry. I recall when Mary posted Pitts a long time ago in November. And you go to that thread. Nah, ain't gonna happen. Not right in. And the minute the juices were flowing with the research of Pitts and the video, all of a sudden, BJ with the train, we all gone. And
hey, inbox me. No, north of the start, inbox me. I'll take that bet. They won't take Pitts at 6. Inbox me.
I don't think the Dolphins will take Pitts.
Nah, me either.
Yeah, no. I mean, and again, it's very viable. All this is very viable. And
my heart's already pounding.
Right. And here's the other thing about it. As everybody's talked about Horn, it only takes one team to fall in love with you. Without the combine and the normal things that are happening, who's to say that Horn doesn't pop up and you see all of a sudden somebody takes Horn? Like, you just don't know.
Because I will say this, because Denver has reached out to Farley multiple times, so they are probably in the market for a corner. So if they can get Surtain off my hands,
right?
Appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah, I will say this. If for some reason Pitts is gone, right? You say he's gone, and then at number 10, Matt Jones is still available. Watch out for the Patriots and watch out for the Chicago Bears.
No, and I've said it before and I'll say it again. There's no way to me that the Cowboys are going to trade back from 10 with the Giants and the Eagles right behind them, especially if Surtain. Because for me, here's where I'm at, Cowboys Nation. As we talked about, we ran this down, and look, we can sit here and remix that first 9 a bunch of different ways, and it will look very convincingly that Pitts is going to fall to 10 again. There hasn't been a tight end go in the top 5 in 49 years, right? The last tight end to go top 10, I do believe, was T.J. Hawkinson at 8.
Number 8.
Okay, yeah, at 8. And then before that, you're looking at Vernon. I think it was Vernon Davis and Kellen Winslow Jr. went at 6. Like, these are just guys that don't happen. But push that to the side. I do believe this, and I've said this before. I said this about a week and a half ago. I absolutely believe Surtain is their number 1 cornerback in-house. That's what I believe.
Yeah,
I believe if we get to the point, say Pitts is gone and he's off the board, I really don't think. Look, Sewell might tempt him. I think if Pitts is gone, our pick is going to be Surtain or Horn. But I think it's going to be Surtain.
Hey, may I put this out there?
Yeah, go for it.
Nobody in this cast here is against Surtain. We just not picking Surtain over Pitts. But if it does, what I say, sir?
Say it again.
I'm against Surtain.
He does not want Surtain.
I don't want Surtain.
Oh, at all. No, see, now here's the thing.
I'm not saying at all. He's a good consolation prize, but there's a few other options I would take.
Oh, no, of course. Here's the thing. None of us is against Surtain. We just not taking him over Pitts. But if Pitts is gone, you got Surtain and Horn. I'm excited for Horn. If we pick Surtain, okay, cool, we good. That's my reaction. At the end of the day, we gotta get a start at number 10 between Pitts, Surtain, or Horn. I think it's one of those 3 guys right there. But I think Horn is their number 1 guy. But if Surtain is picked, I'm not mad at it. I'm like, okay, it is what it is. They like what they is what they want.
Hey, Evan Ingram was 23rd in the draft.
Yeah,
he was 23rd. He was 23rd, bro.
Yeah.
But go ahead there, Spoon.
No, so I want to make that point out because I know on draft night, where if Surtain is the guy, we don't hate Surtain. We just not picking him over Pitts.
Right.
Which is the number 1 guy. That's what it is. Now, between Horn and Surtain, I know I want Horn more than Surtain, but if Surtain is picked, I'm not mad at it at all. At the end of the day, we're going to pick somebody solid for this team.
Here's the plan. We got to silence the Pitts talk, amp the Surtain talk. That's the key, man. That's the plan. I'm not saying Pitt's name no more. We got a few more days.
No.
Because out of sight, out of mind. We gotta let his name cool down.
No. I can't do it. I push the CD Lamb talk.
Yeah,
bro. I push the CD Lamb talk over the damn levy. I don't care. Look, bro. When I told you they hold the line, I got the memes dropping and every. Bro, I'm in this. Look, bro. I'm telling you, there's no getting off the gas on this, man. Parsons at 10.
Listen.
Oh, bless your heart.
Listen, for those of you guys at Cowboy Nation who wasn't here from the Star Game NFL draft, we had a ball last year. And BJ did hype the CD Lamb situation.
Bro, I'm doubling down my bet. Spoon. I'm doubling down my bet. Because when it got to about this time last year and everything was happening and tell me this wasn't going to happen, I said, I'll go streaking. Yeah. And we get CD Lamb. That's why you see me get pushed out. And I took my ass down my road.
Well, I'm going to show the video.
Guess what? If we take Surtain, run it back. I'm streaking again. I'm streaking again. I'm putting it on the line. That's what I'm doing.
I mean, no one expected CD Lamb to get there. I mean, the front office said it themselves. They said we didn't even really talk to him because we didn't think he was going to get to 17.
I did.
Mary, you know what happened today? It's already out there. The Cowboys have talked to Pitts.
Yeah,
they have.
Only two teams talked to Pitts. But real quick, y'all, I want to show how real they kept it. Now we're gonna start off with Mary with the candle, and we know she got more wax left. So hold on.
I got a lot. I so I can light it up.
On deck. Oh, that's supposed to be streaking. Don't do that.
Hold on.
Oh man.
Well, my wife wasn't very happy. Yeah, there it goes.
We were like, what?
Oh, excuse me, Dan. Sorry, y'all. See, I got big hands. Sorry, y'all.
Well, see, look, but we get Spoonie here to do some producing, and look what happens. Jesus H. Christmas.
There you go.
Yeah. That was Mary putting her camera down. She's like, "You're before me." Yeah, I'm gone. Yeah, I'm gone. Yeah. I'm tired. Almost enough. You're going to see a hand shove me. You're going to see a hand shove me out the. It's coming. Wait for it. There goes the hand. Woo. I'm gone. Look, I'm out the front door. Clothes are coming off, and I'm street.
He was gone for a little bit. So
I keep it real. We got to stay on this course. We got to stay on this course.
All right, I'm keep running. Right. It's like a marathon. Here we are. We got 2 miles left. My knees, my back is hurting.
Yeah. I got you.
Jump on my back. BJ. Jump on my back. No.
Hold on.
You don't say B as a cold.
Hold on. Yeah, real quick. Look, we can bet a lot of things. I'm not betting this though. Come on, fam. Come on. Hey, but J Tuck, jump on my back. I got you.
Carry it. All right,
bro. I carried it last year. I'll carry you to the finish line. But with that being said, though, low-key, let's get Pitts off the board, guys. There's some more questions coming in. And a lot of Surtain in horn talk, right? A lot of Surtain horn talk gets in, right? Because I believe if it's not Pitts, I don't unless Sewell's there by son. Look, I think it's a bigger for me. I'll say this: I think it's a bigger stretch for Sewell being at 10 than Pitts.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Okay, so if we're talking about it and we're doing everything, hey, it's 4-3. No. Look, my homeboy was on the clicker. It was a 4-2-8. No, 4-2-9. But with that being said, if it's cornerback at 10, man, choose your weapon. Cornerback at 10, Mary, choose your weapon, Mary. Surtain, Horn, choose your weapon.
I think the Cowboys will pick Surtain.
No, I don't want to ask you. I said choose your weapon.
But after looking at both, I'm kind of partial to Horn.
My God, yeah, there you go. 42940. You got me. You got me, Stu. You got me. All right. Spoonie.
I want Horn. JC Horn. It's my guy.
Okay. J Tuck.
I'll say this, man. Surtain is the better corner, so he'll be going to Atlanta. So I'm going with JC.
Oh yeah. Remember, he's pumping him up. He's pumping him up.
Cop out.
Yeah.
No,
JC Horn. JC Horn for me, man. Like JC Horn. To be honest with you guys, if you take out the back injuries, there's another guy I might take over. So I'm just not a Surtain.
It made the Broncos about to take him anyways at 9, right? But all these calls are happening.
Right.
Well. Right about this time, and I'm okay. I'm comfortable with this. I'll be the lone. I'll be the lone wolf. It's Surtain. I think we are way over this. I think there's a lot of disrespect to Surtain's game. I think that he played at Bama. We got digs from Bama, and we talk about ceilings and dogs and all this other stuff.
The Bama gas.
Yeah, but whenever you turn on the tape and you look at the tackling and the intensity and all that, man, bro, hey, man, I like Horn. Look, and again, I am literally circumcising a mosquito. I love Horn's game. There's a lot of love about Horn.
Fair, there is.
Boy, 6'2", handsy, everything. I'm just like, ain't this? I get Sherman in the building, and I put Sherman with Surtain. I don't know, man. Hey, man, I'm a Surtain guy, man. I'm a Surtain. Look, gun to the head, if you will. One of the chair, I gotta spin it. I'm gonna go Surtain over Horn. Look, I won't cry. But
do you think he's the better prospect for you? Or are you just thinking about scheme and over the Cowboys standpoint? Like, if you want to compare prospects, you're ranking. Just take the Cowboys out the picture. You're putting Surtain over Horn. Is that what you're saying? Aha.
Because for me, Horn travels with his guy. That's why I like about.
I don't care who travels in this day and time, though.
I mean,
I'm just saying, keep it a buck. Tell me a guy that travels in the league, guys.
I mean, not really, but I'm saying
the traveling thing is kind of a bygone. Does Jalen Ramsey really travel anymore?
He does. He follows.
Does.
Yeah,
all right.
He travels.
But he's different, though. He's different.
Yeah, he is different. He is different. You know what though? I'm going bloodline with the bloodline that played the same position. That's what I'm going to do.
They both.
That's fine. But I'm going bloodline with bloodline that played the same position.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to. I'm still going to lean a smidge to my guy. I'm going to lean a smidge to my guy Surtain.
That's a good point.
And again, I think they're going to be look. I think both these guys should, if they do the right things on the next level, should have a 10-year career.
Listen,
I do believe that.
End of the day, either one of them is going to be solid for us. And end of the day,
I'll take both.
We're gonna be good with it. We're not gonna be. We're gonna be good with it. It just we want Pitts.
Yeah, Surtain isn't a taco. Like, we can get that. Like, he's not a taco type.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll be fine with him.
Yeah,
we'll be mad.
But I mean,
it ain't no Ralph.
Here's where we get caught up. This idea, well, one has a higher ceiling than the other, so we just don't we really don't think that Surtain is going to come to the next level and get better, right? What we think is Surtain's better now, but we think Horn can jump him somehow in the league, getting better together, and that's kind of and that's kind of where I'm at. But again, I'm not crying over spilled milk either way.
I go on a limb. I'll say Surtain won't end up being a better corner than Diggs.
Oh.
Well, I mean, if you take him at 10, you better damn sure hope he is, because you took Diggs at what, 54?
No, he's not. If he comes to Dallas, he won't be the one corner.
You think Diggs will be better?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, I think so too.
Okay, so so will Diggs not be the better corner than Horn? Because now we have a different conversation. Now, if you say yes, boy, this is a completely different conversation all of a sudden.
It does change it. I think that Horn has more the potential to be the number one corner in Dallas versus than Surtain does.
Who was the number one corner whenever Diggs was in college on the same team?
Diggs.
You sure? You believe that? You buy that?
Yeah.
Okay. 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 Hey, okay.
Yeah.
Hey. All right. Yeah.
But when you, because we spoke about a guy who had an LSU pro day. Who was guarding him that game? Like that was the guy that they put on him to try to neutralize.
I mean,
backfired.
Right. But I could turn the Surtain tape against Jefferson and watch him go to work.
Who, Van Jefferson?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, bruh. I mean, and that's the nuances of what we do, though. Let's be clear. That's the nuances of what we do in this tape that we watch different things, right? Again, here's the thing. Surtain, if his hands are, he doesn't diagnose. He has to get his hands on you, and he feels the route, and once he feels the route, good luck. Now, if you want to get in front of him, do a bunch of chippy, chop, man, he's like this. Okay, well, let me know what you're going to do, right? But if you want to give a quick jab, if you're a chase and a jab out here, and you don't get my hands on me, I'm going to get inside of him. Low key, the one out of the three that Pitts got was outside slant. He got it on him. Right. The thing about Horn for me is Horn is like Cortland Finnegan, right? Tennessee Titans. Just here, man, it's right. Itchy. It feels some kind of way, and he competes. And I like that. And I like that about him. My problem with him is he's grabby. Hands at the line versus grabby in the route are two different things. When it comes to a cornerback, here's your education, Cowboys Nation. When you start grabbing as a cornerback, because in your mind, you think if you play the game, if you know. When you start getting grabby beyond 5 yards, you're worried you're getting beat. So you're trying to gain kind of advantages and stuff. Now, can that be coached up out of him to do different things? Absolutely. I'm not scared of that. But again, those are things like for me, like the one thing with Surtain is he has to be able to get his hands on it. It's a problem. We got to coach that up. My thing with Horn is, okay, you're athletic enough, and I like your competitiveness, but you got to chill with the handsy grabby whenever you're not in bad shape. And those are the two things. Which one do you think they can coach up more in the next level is what you got to look at. And speed-wise, look, fuck these fake-ass 40s that we're running right now. I think we'll all agree that we believe that Horn is faster than Surtain. I think that's fair. So, with the faster, can I get the grabsy out of the faster guy, or can I just get my guy at 6'2" to be just more fucking physical?
But you know what? My thing with Alabama, again, this is me. When you play for a team like Alabama, everybody, that's Nick Saban, one of the best college football programs, for a long time. South Carolina don't really have a lot of stars, but J.C. Horn stood out. So I've always liked guys who stood out on a not so much recognized team. Then again, we see so many years guys come out from Alabama. Now they're more NFL ready. I'll say Surtain is more NFL ready right now. I just think Horn. Real quick. Low-key, everybody's talking about that Ramsey travels. On that last week one, the last play against Gallup and whatever happened there, he traveled to Gallup. Gallup's the number one now. He didn't cover. They put him on Gallup. He traveled to Gallup. Like, man, stop with this traveling shit.
Whoa. So let's
stop with this traveling.
Let's not slight Ramsey in that
game. No.
Remember that hit on Coop though cost the.
Which is fine, but don't tell me that Ramsey travels and then the biggest player of the game, they decided to put him on Gallup.
No. It wasn't like they said that Cooper was going to be your matchup the entire game.
Right.
But
But I mean, my God, Jacob says Horn is Ramsey 2.0, guys.
I'm not going to say
if Ramsey's 2.0, then shut the book. He should go top 5. I'll use the Pitts argument. He shouldn't make it to 10.
He's not Ramsey. Because if Ramsey was in this draft, it's a completely different conversation.
First of all, when Ramsey was in his draft, he was a top 3.
Don't take me back to
it's a difference.
It's been a long day.
Listen, again, there's no Jalen Ramsey in this draft. If that was the case, you trust me, we wouldn't be talking about Pitts.
Right.
We'd be talking about about one of these guys, but it's not the case. The thing is this: at the end of the day, they both different. Surtain for me is more NFL ready. When it comes to J.C. Horn, I like him better. That's just me. I like his mentality. I like his aggressiveness. I like those things about him. At the end of the day, like I said, it's if we get Surtain, I'm not mad.
Right.
If we get Horn, I'm happy. If we pick any of these two over Pitts, I'm pissed.
Right. That's the only way I'm going to be pissed at the Surtain pick. If we do all what BJ and you guys spoke about, we get to Pitts at 10 and we still pass on him to take a Patrick Surtain and let him slide to the Giants or the Eagles. That's when you're going to see me.
Exactly. That's just it.
It's going to be like this. All right. Word 15. We took. Okay, fam.
Yeah.
I'll be back for round 2 tomorrow. Bye.
Right. That's the only way I'm going to be fully out on Surtain. Yeah, I'm going to be fully out on Surtain. If all these things fall into place and we're sitting there star-eyed and we pass on Pitts and let him go to an NFC's division rival and we take Surtain, good luck, because Surtain's going to need to be Dion immediately as soon as he steps in Dallas in order for that to make sense to me. But if Pitts is gone, I mean, it's a consolation prize.
I'll be honest. If Tony Romo wasn't the quarterback at that time, if he wasn't the quarterback, I don't think they would have went Zeke. I think they would have went Ramsey. Zeke was for Ramsey. I mean, Zeke was for Tony Romo. That's what it was.
Definitely was for Romo, man. Taking me back to Chicago, man.
All right. Look, let's not put my guy in a sunken place. Let's not do that.
It's been rough.
We love Romo. We love Romo.
Ryan, that was Surtain, not Horn, by the way. BTW. But either way, neither here nor there, man. Man, we appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. We've been rocking way too long, but we had to give our girl Mary Elliott finally got off the phone, so we had to give her. Give her a little time to come here and talk, man. Unless y'all got, I mean, low key, I got 8 minutes. Y'all got 8 minutes?
8 minutes, yeah. 8
minutes. Y'all got 8. Okay, look, we're gonna fire for 8 minutes, man. We talked about Pitts at 10. We got y'all there. We did Horn versus Surtain, man. For the next 8 minutes, whatever questions y'all got, we're gonna try to shoot them up here and answer them, and we're gonna shoot from there. With that being said, man, we're taking cornerbacks in while we get these questions up. We'll take the cornerbacks and tight end off the board. The wide receivers are gone. It is what it is. I mean, hey, who's your guy? I mean, what do you do at that point? Are you do you start thinking about Parsons all of a sudden, guys, ladies?
No, absolutely not.
No.
Spoony, I don't see you shaking your head. You're a Parsons guy.
If it wasn't for his off the field situation, I'm scared about. I like him, but I don't think he'd be at 10. I don't really think so.
You think someone's taking him before 10?
Oh, I think
Denver's a possibility. Yeah,
I think Denver or go to Philly.
Well, Philly's behind us, but before us,
I think he'll pass us go to Philly.
Yeah. Offensive lineman. Sewell Slater, you good either way if that's the pick?
I'm good with Sewell.
I mean, I'm good with it. It's just like fans. I know fans are like, oh, we need to think about Tyron and blah, 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 blah. I get it. But like, realistically speaking, he's not going to play much if Tyron's on if they're not going to ever bench Tyron. He's only going to play if Tyron is hurt. And I want a guy at 10 who is going to start regardless. I think that's a pick that's like a future pick to me.
Right. For me, between Sewell and Slater, I really have Slater. I think Slater makes a better guard than Sewell. And I think no matter which one you pick, they have to come in and play left guard right away. Right. So for me, I would take Slater between the two. Sewell might be the better tackle longevity. But if you say, hey, Knicks, Sewell, Slater, day one this year, we're trying to get to 6, I think I might take Slater. Tuck, Slater, Sewell.
No, I'm taking Sewell because I feel like if we were to take a Slater, just like you mentioned, and play guard, I really don't trust the Cowboys would play Slater over Connor Williams at this point. So it's like, where would he really play? Just like Mary said, if everyone comes back healthy, I don't think the Cowboys have any intention at this point to replace Connor Williams. For some reason, they like him. So I would take Sewell. At least you're gonna get that generational left tackle for the future.
Right.
You need to stash him, but I'm out. I'm out on tackle at that point, unless like something goes crazy and Pitts is off the board, and you know Horn and Surtain are off.
Surtain or the tackle? Who you taking?
Which tackle? Just anyone?
Horn.
That's a good one.
Surtain versus Horn. Who you taking?
Surtain versus.
You mean Sewell? Oh, I thought you said Sewell.
No, I want Surtain versus Horn. I mean not Horn. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. My bad. My fault. Northwestern.
Sewell.
No, not Sewell.
Slater versus Surtain.
Slater versus Surtain.
If it's Slater versus Surtain, I'm taking Surtain. That's where I'm at.
Surtain versus Sewell.
I'm taking Sewell.
Okay, what about Mary? What about you? Surtain versus Slater?
Surtain.
And versus Sewell?
That's a hard one.
I like it, Mary. Grab that seltzer, get you a drink. I'll let Spoonie answer. Spoonie. Surtain versus the tackles. What do you take?
Surtain versus Slater. I'm taking Surtain. If it's Surtain versus Sewell, I'm taking Sewell.
Yeah. Mary.
I mean,
get another sip. I'll answer. I'll give a different answer. Get you another sip. Let you think about it.
Hey,
look.
Investment.
Yeah. You know, hey, look. I think I'll go out here. I'll say Surtain over both of them. I'll say Surtain over both of them.
What's in your cup?
I'll say that.
Wait. Because it's the Sonny in there.
No, it's the Sonny. Trust me. But with that being said, man, it's Wednesday. Come on, guys. Weekend, it might be different, man. Wednesday, I'm kosher. But with that being said, because I can go get an offensive lineman later. I can. It's kosher. I'm good. I like look, my guy Philbin, look what he did last year. Man, I'm good. I'm gooch. Man, we got our offensive lineman signed up already. And we'll see what my guy from Mexico is going to come in here and do. You know, I mean, I'm just kosher. At 10, man, go get me. Man, I'm taking Surtain. I'll take Horn even.
Well, Mike McCarthy did lay a kind of a Easter egg in the press conference. He said the team that typically has no injuries across their O-line makes deep runs. So I think he's going to have a focus on offensive line wear. So I think if you are able to get a Sewell, a generational guy, I think the Cowboys would go for it, man.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because like I said, we don't plan to be in this position anytime soon. So to get that type of caliber player, get your left tackle, your insurance policy. Because granted, we're hearing better things about Lyle Collins or whatnot, but you never know. I think the Cowboys would go get that insurance policy.
Stevie Mack, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. At 10, I'd rather have Slater over Sewell just because I think he plugs and plays at left guard quicker. But I don't want to be a prisoner of the moment because Sewell could be that generational guy. But I'm going to my guy Jay Tuck. I'm going to steal this from Jay Tuck. He ain't going to like it. Did Sewell play last year? I'm sorry. Did the opt-out guy?
Yeah. We got opt-out guys besides Chase.
Well, guess what? Well, dadgummit, Slater did too. Dadgummit. So these opt-out guys are just so scary to a certain point. Mary, you've had 2 sips. You get third sip.
Slater's front squad.
I'm thinking. I'm still not sure what I would do, but I'm thinking with the new defensive coach, you're gonna let him get a defensive guy.
Come on, Mary.
You're gonna go search
team champs. Let's go, Mary. Yeah. And again, you know, I mean, here's the thing. One thing I will say about Sewell's tape from the last time he played, boy, he does end up on the ground a lot. Not doesn't give up sacks, but boy, he does kind of end up on the ground a little bit. I'm just saying. But again, we talked about these 5 different prospects. You know, there's variants of differences of how much we would love or hate them, right? But at the end of the day, we can live with them. For me, my one bugaboo is Parsons. Get him out of here. Parsons is off my board. I don't think he can play in Dallas. I'm done with that. And I think also too, man, and a little bit of pivot from my stance before. I think I'm out on wide receiver, guys. I'm not gonna plant my flag there because I've talked about Waddle or Chase before. I have. I'm kind of feeling that way. I got a little bit of time left, but for sure, right now, Parsons is my one bugaboo. Parsons quarterback, I'm good. One guy, and we'll get out of here on this one. One guy that you're like, no way. Look, if it happens, I'm shutting this down. Regardless, like, no, hell no. Parsons would be that guy for me. Jay Tuck, who's the one guy for you that we're looking at that we could take at 10? And you'd be like, geez. Wow.
Yeah, it'll probably be Russo, to be honest with you. I'm not gonna still get
Oh my God, I just
Manny, yeah. Please.
Hey, look, and I mean, there's a particular guy on Twitter. I don't want to say the wrong name. I forgot. It might have been Vach. I don't remember for sure. I think it was Vach that said, because everything is, why are we not talking about him about top 5? And I'm like, cool.
Because he should be.
Falcons, go for it. But still, yeah. You already know. Defensive end. Yeah, I mean, if Chase is there, yeah. No, yeah. I mean, Jacquez, you're right. I mean, Chase would be BPA at 10 if you made it there for sure. You're not wrong. And I can live with that. Yeah.
I don't think I think he's for sure not going to make it there.
Yeah. D, and I'm all the way out on. Mary, you're one. Oh my God, it could be one of our guys or somebody else.
No, it's funny. Parsons was the first one that came to my mind when you said it, but when he said Russo, I was like, oh God.
Russo would be worse. Russo is worse. I do agree. Russo would be worse. In my opinion, off the rip, because the Parsons, just because, I don't know. I think Russo's will make it 4 years. I don't think. They're both bad. I'm with both of y'all. They're bad. What about you, there? Spoonie?
I'm Russo. That's the one guy. Listen, that's no production from the outside the edge, but definitely the inside.
Scary.
Yeah, it's scary. They don't know what to do with him. His partner in crime, Jalen Phillips, had a good workout, and there's even talks about him being the better player. I wouldn't want him at number 10. I mean, I'll be so.
Yeah, and Quiddy Pay is another one that I've had somebody mention me before. Yeah. I'm you want a less producing Taco Charlton from the same system? Right. Okay. DC for life. Here's where we'll get out of here on this. What would you think about Barrymore at 10? Might be a major reach, but I like him a lot. And, of course, he fits what Dan Quinn wants to do. For sure, a reach. What's on the board? For me, it's hard to answer that without knowing what's on the board. Right? I mean,
the whole
but Barrymore
board has been blown up. Like, no.
Yeah, it would have to be blown up.
Yeah.
Listen,
trade back possibility.
Yeah, at that point, I'll tell you, you're happy.
The only player that I would reach for, and I'll probably be the only one celebrating, you already know, is Xavier Collins. That's it. I'll be the only one by myself, and I know it. At number 10, it's a reach, but that's my favorite play in this draft, besides Kyle Pitts.
Okay, fair enough. And my guy Joseph chimed in. We'll get out of here. Sorry, people. Russo Pro Day was inevitable. Film said this would happen. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. But he don't need to happen at 10 though. Right. If ends are bust. Riff Raff at the horn. Said horn. See that? At the horn said horn. And I mean apparently Jalen Rivers at 2.0, as my guy Jacquez said earlier. With that being said, man, let me roll the tape here real quick as we get up out of here. Jay Tuck, I'll let you kick it off.
Yeah. Appreciate all you guys, man. You can follow me on Twitter at JTuck151, and then also on my YouTube channel, Cowboys Fans Only. We're making a push for 1,000, man. So I appreciate all your support, and also catch me with my Stargating fam, man. So appreciate you guys.
Mary Ella finally got off in time, so we had to run a little bit late with these people from Japan out here doing the most. Roll the tape out. Look, we've been missing you on Twitter. You've been missing a lot of good stuff.
I have. On Twitter at Stargang Beauty, in Facebook group, Stargang Facebook group, Stargang page, and on YouTube here. Usually on Wednesdays in the off season, if I'm not talking to Japan, and during the season on Tuesdays. So
Get back to normal soon. But the boy Jaquez doubled down, said, take it to the bank. Ramsey 2.0. 2.0. Spoonie, tell the people where they can find you.
Oh, on Twitter, you can find me at Spoonie881. And of course, right at home at Stargame Podcast. And I'm also, I'm also cooking up a NFL draft contest where you can win some moolah. So I'm working that out right now. By the first week of April, the contest will be in Stargame. But in order for you to play, you have to subscribe to the Stargame on YouTube. So more info will come out of it.
Hey, you know what? Let's double down on that. Not only on YouTube, Stargame Podcast, you got to be sub to. Our guy's close to 1,000.
CFO,
right? So you gotta be sub to Stargame Podcast and Cowboys fans only to get this moolah
and
for this giveaway. Straight cash.
It's gonna be a fun contest.
My Certain is the next Jalen Ramsey tweet starting to get some momentum. Here we go.
Yes, my guy Professor O. Yes, yes. Look, me and Professor O are gonna die on this hill. Cisco is better than Richie Grant. Dead ass. I'm sorry. Sorry y'all hate that. I love it though. With that being said, man, come follow me on Twitter, man. I'm this close to 1,000. Come help your boy get over there. Man, is your _ YOUR. I know some of y'all might get it twisted. _guy _Nix NIX. Man, come follow me on Twitter, man. It is with me, Mary, and Spoonie, and our guy Jay Tuck. We all are in the Stargame group. We're pushing towards $4,000 right now. Come join the group. We'll get you in there. Also on Facebook, go like and follow the Stargame page. And as we all said, man, YouTube Stargame Podcast. Sub and notification bell. Bada bing, bada boom. It's that simple. We got after party shows coming for y'all. Me and Jay Tucker are giving away a jersey. My guy Spoonie threw it out there. We're giving away some moolah, if you will. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. Friday night, me and Boss Cowboy go head to head with the jury about this Pitts. Yes or no? We're going to see what happens on that. It's going to be a fun time, man. Man, we appreciate y'all rocking with us as always. We will catch y'all, as Mary said, off-season Wednesday. But we are so getting close to creeping to we flip over to Tuesday. When we flip to that Tuesday, but that energy changes, though, don't it, Mary and Smooth? That energy changes a little bit. But for now, still Wednesdays for now. 8 o'clock Central.